Okay, why don't you hit record?
I already did.
Is this radio show 2.0?
This is going to be epic, man. Like, this
Is
is going to
Marge
be
and
a game
Star
changer.
watching the live stream right now? I need to know there's an audience.
We're going to be able to go back to this and be like, do you remember that first one when you were kind of making fun of Dan's idea? Oh, no, that never happened. I'll be like, oh.
You know, like I would admit to not making fun of you. Are you out of your mind?
Y'all ready for this?
Welcome to the DeVerna podcast, where we talk about business, life, and how to win at both.
Okay, so with that being said, I mean, we might as well jump into this. So
Yeah,
why are you starting this channel?
So originally, I was invited to be on your channel, which was a fantastic opportunity. And I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And, I've done that a couple times now with a couple different situations. And as much as I listen to podcasts, it's really one of my primary sources of education and motivation. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And then we started to think about how we might use it. And it doesn't feel like a job. And the last couple times that I've had situations that occurred to me that I should do something with what I was thinking about was back in the Cooper Tire days when I was working at the factory making hoses and heard a commercial about going back to college and decided to do it then. So I drove right to the school right after work and signed right back up. And the other time was when we started Creative Financial Partners, and that was 15 years ago. So I'm a guy that when you get the opportunity to go do something, you think, boy, we should go do it. And this seems like a lot of fun that I can have some people like you on this consistently, people that'll kind of be regulars and people that I can relate to and that are my friends and that are a lot like me, in the hopes that we can find other people that are like us, people that are trying to get better, a little bit better every single day instead of just kind of hanging out and being satisfied with the status quo or normal.
Okay, so it's not going to necessarily be financial advice.
I think that subject will be talked about once in a while, but that's definitely not one of the agendas that I have going into this. I'm not really too worried about this for the business aspects, although we'll be talking business all the time. I'm not going to have one path. I think I'll be talking business. I'll be talking lifestyles. We'll be talking, from two recovering fat guys, we'll be talking health. We'll be talking about jujitsu and martial arts stuff. Might even talk about our kids once in a while. Who knows? But I'm going to kind of go wherever this thing takes me with people that I enjoy talking to.
I'm guessing that hairstyles and ways of styling hair is probably not going to be on the agenda in most months. I mean, it could for me because I grow a beautiful head of hair, but yours is avocado-esque.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, having just come out of this quarantine thing, it seems like a pretty cool hairstyle when you can cut your own hair. You don't have to worry about getting all overgrown and floppy like yours gets.
You cut your own hair?
Believe it or not, I do.
I believe it.
So I thought we'd have you on every once in a while, and why don't we talk a little bit about you? I mean, that's your favorite subject anyways.
Well, it's the part that most people find interesting, and I think that you'll get most of your viewers simply by knowing that I'm in every once in a while. It's kind of like people that hang out at a hotel because they know LeBron James comes in.
Yeah. So Christopher Flett, the Ghost CEO.
Look at you. You're too polished.
And the business coach to the stars, clearly. And you've been coaching me for what, like close to 10 years now, right?
Were you fat then?
I was skinny, and then I got really fat. And believe it or not, strangely, I was no taller than I am now.
You're kidding.
No, I was no taller. I think I weighed in at like 60 pounds heavier than I am right now, but like literally no taller, which is still shocking.
Well, it's surprising because you always do look a bit chubbier than you are.
Yeah, consistently.
Yeah, that is one consistent thing. Yeah. How often are you going to do these shows?
About once a week. Going to try. I'm committing to 1 year. 52 weeks. And, we'll just kind of see what direction it takes.
Well,
so why do you think somebody would care to listen to us? Because I have my agenda. I think there's a certain breed of people that no matter where they're at in life, still want a little bit more. They want to maximize what they're doing. They're going to try as hard as they can in everything they do. And that's definitely not everybody. But I think there's enough people out there that are trying to do that I think that if we kind of have different places that we can come together, that's one of the other reasons I wanted to create this thing.
I think there's a couple of reasons. Like, I think a lot of people would look at us from the outside and imagine that there's a bunch of magic that happens rather than just fundamentals. So I think pulling back the curtain is one part. But I think the second part is once you realize that the only magic to being successful is discipline and consistency, and I guess knowing what to do, I think a lot of people will be interested in what they consider to be magic, which isn't really magic. It's just fundamentals that people don't practice. So if I were a younger version of me or a person outside of business we're looking to get in, being able to listen in on these conversations. I mean, I used to do it in the cigar club in Vancouver. I'd sit in there in the afternoon and try to sit next to guys that looked successful, because even then I wasn't able to determine if guys were successful or not. And I try to listen to how successful guys talked and emulate a lot of the behaviors. When guys got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I started getting up at 6 in the morning. When they had their meetings going for walks, I had my meetings going for walks. So I think that probably is why people will be most interested in watching or listening, is to try to figure out, is there a secret sauce? There isn't really. It's just fundamentals that are practiced consistently.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
It's great.
I'm really looking forward to being part of at least 48 of these 52 episodes. I'll be like your Ed McMahon.
That sounds great.
I'll be your setup man.
Can you play the piano?
Yeah.
Good.
And I can sing in Mandarin.
Can you clap those tambourines like a monkey?
I actually just clap my hands like this normally, and they're actually big enough to make the sound.
It's good. Great. All right, man. Thanks, brother.
DeVerna offers products and services using the following business names: Creative Financial Partners, Insurance and Financial Services, Emeritus Investment Company, LLC, AIC, member FINRA, SIPC, Security and Investments, Emeritus Advisory Services, AAS Investment Advisory Services, AIC and AAS are not affiliated with Creative Financial Partners. Products and services are limited to residents of states where the representative is registered. This is not an offer of securities in any jurisdiction, nor is it specifically directed to a resident of any jurisdiction. As with any security, request and prospectus from a representative, read carefully before you invest or send money. A representative will contact you to provide requested information. Representatives of AIC and AAS do not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult your tax advisor or attorney regarding the situation.
Thanks for watching.